Mrs. Opone. Let me follow up with that, asking you this question. This generation seems not to believe in marriage anymore. How can this mindset be corrected? This generation, they seem to be running away from marriage. I've asked countless times that marriage is a scam. If you are to Mrs. Mobolure, you are welcome. Good to have you on
Thank
the part
you.
45.
Auntie,
So
you're
I will
welcome.
throw that question to
It's a
you.
pleasure.
Mrs. Uponi, please wait a minute. Let me use that question to welcome Mrs. Mobolure. Mrs. Mobolure, this generation, they seem not to believe in marriage anymore. If you are to have the years of this generation, how will you try to change the mindset? That mindset of marriage is a scam. What would be your advice to them?
I'm not so sure that they think that marriage is a scam. I think the problem is the fact that a lot of them feel. I think our generation should be held responsible for the way we raise them, and they're accustomed to some comfort, and they don't see themselves taking on additional responsibility because there's a generational mindset. Me, I, and mine. They take care of themselves first. So they're looking at the fact that if they take on additional if they get married, many of them, I'll say, because we still conduct marriages, and I'm sure you still do. So they're looking at it that they cannot afford to be responsible for another person. They're not yet satisfied materially, that is. So I don't think they think that marriage is a scam. The fact is that they don't think they can afford marriage.
Because if you look all over internet now, most especially there is this picture of guys that are at the wedding reception, and the other guy was trying to throw a bouquet to the guys that
And
who will hold this
they run
bouquet,
away.
and everyone ran away. So now, if you look at the guys generally now, majority of them they are running from marriage. Is it that we have not dropped enough legacy for them to be attracted to marriage, or they've not seen good example of marriage enough?
That's why I said our generation can be held responsible the way we have raised them. Then there's the generational problem. This generation is self-centered.
They are selfish.
And as a result, well, yeah. So as a result, they take care of me first. So am I in the place that I think that I can share what I have with somebody else? And many of them saying no. And they're not ready to share. And the girls themselves are not ready to share. That's why a lot of them, even when they go into it, they quickly run out at the slightest problem, not understanding what marriage is all about. So also, there have been bad examples by parents because you can only desire something good. I know somebody who lived in my family for 8 years. And he said to me, he's now in Canada, he said, before he came to my house, he used to tell his friends, he's actually getting married later on this year, that he would never get married because of what he saw in his house. He didn't think marriage could be peaceful. There was not, wasn't a matter of violence, but no unity, always one contention or the other. And that was what he grew up with until he came to my house. And then he saw that we could actually sit down together and crack jokes. And I said, the day he said it to me, I said, hey, so you'll be watching. This was many years after he lived with us. So now to the glory of God, I thank God for my marriage, that it was a good example to somebody who lived with us for 8 years. And now he's getting married later on this year. So it's not.
Thank you, man.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.